Else.
Hello, YouTubes.
Hello, YouTube.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah, count me down.
Three, two, one. Hello,
Hello.
everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, 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 hi.
Hi, hi, hi. Hello.
I'm really trying to like zhuzh up my energy right now.
Let's get excited. Let's feel pumped.
Yeah, I think this is the first time we've done an episode on like a Monday night.
Oh yeah, I think it probably is. And it's episode 11. So we're moving it.
Yoo.
We're really in the double digits now. We're really in
Yeah,
there. We've exceeded our expectations.
practically at 100 now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, today we have a fun topic, which was actually a recommendation from one of my one-on-one clients.
Thank you, one-on-one client.
So, I actually recommended my client listen to our episode on time management and organization. Wait, no, what am I even saying?
Um,
Oh, Monday brain, Monday
was
brain.
it
Okay.
was it
No,
feeling the feels
it was the
and drop?
communication one.
Oh, how to be a confident communicator.
Yeah, I don't know where time
Episode
management
7.
just came from. Yeah, episode seven. Um, how to be a
Well,
confident communicator. That was the one I recommended to her.
we could do a time management one. We'll put that on the
I would
list.
love to. That topic is so hot and heavy in most of the conversations that I have in
Oh
my
yeah.
life because I live and breathe it. And then people have lots of questions about it. So maybe we'll do that as our next topic.
All right.
And then we'll make sure to pop up like a question box on Instagram for no one to ask questions.
Oh, this is what I said last week. We need to do like I think this is what I said last week. I might have thought it in my head. Have like where you like can you put a couple answers and then you go like, what do you mostly do? Yeah.
Oh, we totally forgot to do that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna put like a reminder. Well,
Wait.
do you want to do that for when we also do just like our catch up sessions? Like,
Yeah, we can just do it next week.
okay, cool. So we'll do like the IG stories and
Yep.
we'll get people to vote. Maybe people feel more comfortable with voting instead of typing up a
Mm.
whole last question.
Yeah.
I'm actually just checking our type form now because I did forget to check before.
That's okay.
And I'm pretty sure there's
No
none.
one.
Bow. Although
Rap row.
it says two submissions. So oh no, because we had like a practice one. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes,
Yep.
and so I sent our episode to my client. Well, I was teaching her about some communication. Well, we're just finalizing her teachings on the communication tools and techniques.
Yep.
And then I asked her, I was like, well, what would you like to hear more of on our podcast? What's a topic that you'd be interested in? And she came back with aligning thoughts and energy flows where attention goes.
There's a lot to unpack there.
There's so much. And I also thought that it's actually perfect because I'm about to run a manifestation workshop on the 5th of July, which is like everything that she said. I'm like, oh yeah, that's manifestation, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I did an embodiment practice. So the interesting thing that I do is
That I do.
I practice everything that I teach.
Yeah.
So like the new So You Think You're Ready to Manifest worksheet, which I teach at the manifestation workshop, I have been taking myself through that worksheet and through the whole new process leading up to the workshop.
Yeah.
And part of it is a an embodiment practice. And so I dove right in to the visualization embodiment practice, which I'll be taking everyone through at the workshop this afternoon. And like usual, I decided to do a complete 360 on the original plan.
Very
And
good.
the plan has changed. So, what was going to be the manifestation workshop is actually now the faith workshop.
Right.
Because I had an issue with the name. Ever since I launched the program, the name, I was like, it doesn't feel right. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel, but I was like, no, it has to be this name because that's what you're teaching and because you promised everyone a manifestation workshop last year. And I'm like, well, I just sat with it. I moved my body. I did a whole somatics practice, and it just straight away was like the name. Like, it's not the name. And so,
Mm.
and it's immediately like God was just like, it's faith. Like, you're teaching people how to have faith.
Yeah.
Just claim it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of it. So, and like it's the exact same thing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm renaming it. It's going to be the Faith Workshop. And
That's cute.
yeah, and it is going to be my last workshop, which I'm pretty sure I mentioned in the last podcast.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure you posted it on your Instagram like the next day after we released
I
our
did.
podcast.
But I don't know, I got this feeling that like people don't know, and I don't want people to be really surprised.
Surprise, everyone!
Surprise! It's gonna be my last one.
Well, the handful of people who listen to our podcast will know definitely that it's your
Yes.
last. And then that'll just be on everyone when they come to you and go, where's the next workshop? And you can say, review my Instagram page. Maybe like the seventh video down, I announced that I was no longer doing it. Clearly anxious as well whilst I presented the information.
If you just head over to the Real Rise or to Real Rise the podcast, you'll be able to see
Episode 10.
episode
Pretty
10,
pretty early
minute
on because
5.
Tash pushed me to tell the world what was going on.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's it. And I actually decided to cut the numbers right
Okay.
down, yeah, to only 12 spots. So it's going to be like a classroom styled workshop. And yeah, there's
How
only
many spots was it originally?
25.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I just got the number when I was, doing my practice. I just kept getting the number 12, and I was like, oh, like in the beginning when I was thinking about putting together the workshop, I was deciding like, do I want to go with like smaller numbers or bigger numbers? And I think like my ego was in it, and my ego was like, no, bigger and better. Like that's the
Mm.
only way to have progress compared to your last workshop.
Sure, bro.
Sure, my bro. And I was just like, well, then I did the practice and just the number 12 came through. And I was like, oh, okay. So there was actually just meant to be, it was meant to be a smaller, more intimate workshop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is what happens when you deny your own intuition. Things don't go to plan, things don't work out. Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't feel good because it's not aligned.
So have you filled your spots?
There are 7 spots remaining.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was
so
the
just a
5th
few
of
spots.
July, you said.
Yeah, 5th of July from 1 till 3 p.m. at Diffuse Penrith. We'll pop the link to grab if you'd like to grab your ticket in the bio, and or you can just access it anytime on my Instagram link in my bio. And yeah, I'll be keeping everyone up to date with like how many spots are left and stuff on my
Yeah.
Instagram stories. So you can head over there. Got the link in our what's it called? Description. We got
Yeah.
all our links in our description. We make sure that
Yes.
we provide everything. We don't miss a
We
thing.
have been pretty consistent too.
We have. We are
We've
consistency
been pretty
queens.
consistent with our links. I write it down so that we remember.
So good. All right, well, let's jump in. So, I wanted to talk about first of all, like my client, said aligning thoughts with energy. And, like my one-on-one coaching program is called the Authentic Aligned Academy. So, alignment is a big thing that I live, breathe, talk about, and teaching a lot. And I wanted to share what alignment actually is. So, alignment is having a connection to yourself, to God for me, or a higher being that you believe in, like a higher being that, that you deem is responsible for all of the crazy synchronicities and crazy coincidences that cannot be explained by science or fact. The driving force that you believe is behind that. That is the higher being that you believe in, right? Some people call it the universe, some people call it Allah. For me, it's God. Other people, you know, believe in spirit guides, angels, like source. There's
Mm.
so many different names that pretty much cover the same thing. So yeah, having a connection to a higher being, knowing your human design chart is big when it comes to alignment because um, knowing and understanding your human design chart is literally a roadmap for how you can live in alignment
Yeah.
with your higher self. And knowing your, like being connected to your higher self is what alignment is about as well.
Yeah.
Literally about
Isn't there
being
an app
connected.
for it as well?
Yeah, there's a human design app. We can pop in the link for the app because I can't remember what it's called
I
exactly
think
off the
we
top of
might
my
have
head.
actually discussed human design previously and put it in our description before.
Yeah.
But
Oh, we
yeah,
definitely put the link, but we can put the app link in this
yeah,
time. But yeah, knowing your human design, but yeah, being connected to yourself and a higher being and your higher self, is how you can reach alignment. Because just like how I shared before, with my story about how many people, were meant to be at the workshop, if
yeah,
something doesn't feel right or if something's not working out, it's a clear sign that you're out of alignment and that you've lost connection to one of those three things.
yeah,
And being able to get back into alignment for me is reminding myself of my human design chart. And also my why, like what is like connecting to my intention, right? Like when I was doing the embodiment practice, I was like, well, what is my intention behind this workshop?
yeah,
Like behind,
yeah,
what my ego is telling me about, like the numbers and the promises and, the business side of it. Like, what's my actual intention? And I was like, well, my intention is to teach people how to have more faith and how to have more peace and joy in the journey of striving towards achieving your goals, like
yeah,
and acquiring what you desire in your life. Like I see a lot of my clients and people in my life wanting to achieve these goals and reach these new places, but it's like a very hustle, hardcore approach. And like, we get like impatient. I'm the same. I'm going to say we because I'm the same.
yeah,
We get impatient and then we
yeah,
doubt and then we get anxiety. And like the whole process is more painful than what it needs to be because what I have learned and what God has made so obvious to me this year is that everything that you desire is going to happen regardless of if you stress about it or not.
yeah.
Like you're
Or
going to
even,
reach that
yeah,
place.
just stressing, like over stressing about things that you have no control over as well. Like
Yeah.
just taking a step back from that and what will be. It's
Yeah,
probably how I
well,
feel about my life is
mm,
like my higher being is probably just the universe in like the fact that things will just happen and that's
hmm
just the way it is. Like I'm not religious or anything, but
mm,
yeah, I feel like everything happens for a reason.
mm. Yeah, but we can get these like plans in our head of how we think things are going to be and how they're meant to be. And then when something pops up, right, that like you have no control over and it completely defers you, like redirects you, you're like,
Yeah.
what the heck? You can have like
Yeah. Why
a
is this going
visceral
on?
reaction. Yeah, where you're like, you
Yeah.
think that's the end and it's not working out, but like, God spoke to me a couple a couple weeks ago when I was worrying about I think I was worrying about money. I might have even shared this on a podcast episode. And like God just said to me, like, why are you worrying when like I've told you it's already been everything's already been put into place for you.
Yeah.
Like all the things you want, anything that you need, it's already been taken care of because I've got you. And I was like, ah, oh my God. So like there's no point, literally no point in stressing. There's literally no
Yeah.
point in having fear or doubt. Like may as well just enjoy the ride.
Yeah. And still, yeah, you still keep doing and planning and doing those sort of things, but stressing about the money part specifically. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wondering where it's
It's
going to come from.
yes, yes, releasing the need to know the how,
Yeah.
trusting the steps will be presented to you.
Yeah.
Especially as, right, and it comes back to human design, especially as a generator, our role is to respond to what is happening in front of us in the present moment, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, what are we responding to right now? That's what our focus is meant to be. Our focus isn't meant to be in the future, planning ahead, what's happening there, because our focus and our strength of being able to be in alignment is focusing in the present moment. What am I responding
Mm.
to right now? What is in front of me? And that's what the focus is meant to be.
Yeah, I think I actually, the older I get, the more I'm like, I want to be in the moment. I want to appreciate the
Mm,
moment. I want to enjoy where I'm at in life. And I also find that when things don't go the way I was expecting, I don't feel as stressed about it. Like I've learned
good.
to just be like, that sucked and that's not what I wanted, but like, oh well, like
Yeah.
that
You also
happened.
know how to regulate your emotions now.
Yeah. Well, better anyways.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
Yeah.
I'm really good at it.
Yeah, yeah. I've actually really noticed that I've dropped off on feeling and processing my emotions lately.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how like I find myself like I am reacting more rather than responding. Um,
Mm,
I just notice the difference and I'm like, oh, well, what's going on? And it's like, well, you're not taking responsibility of your thoughts and feelings and you're not processing them.
yeah.
It's like,
I've
oh,
also found like I've even literally said it out loud. Someone asked me a question and I answered it. And I was like, well, if you want the honest truth, you can come to me. And I think I said something like, he was like, oh, what's everyone else doing? And I was like, well, they're just being lazy. Like, like we were meant to be doing something and no one was helping. And so it was just me and one other person. And they're like, oh, where is everyone else? And I said, well, they're just being lazy. And I was like, I'm done beating around the bush. Like,
fair enough.
I'm just like, I still want to make friends and I still care about respecting people, but I also just want to be honest with everything
Mm,
and just be
yeah.
like, we're all adults. Like, let's communicate like adults.
Yes. Oh my goodness. This has
I'm
been
sick of
so,
this, like, oh, this back and forth of like whisper, say things. It's got to be private. Just, and like, I'm sitting in a classroom and they're like, going to say something to me. And I'm like, just say it. Like, I don't care. Just say it. And then they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, I couldn't care less. It was in front of everyone right now. Like, I'm probably going to tell them anyways. So you might as well just say it.
Let's be time efficient here.
Yeah, let's not pull people aside. Let's just be honest.
Oh, yeah. I feel
I'm
like that's
just,
like a part of growing up. Because I'm like, maybe it's part of like maturing. Like you care less about like other people's opinions.
yeah,
You're like, let's just get to the bottom of this. Like, let's just be honest and real and let's not beat around the bush
yeah,
to try to protect someone's feelings.
yeah. And
Yeah.
there's times when you can be like that, and there's times when you need to support people. But when you're in a
Mm,
working environment and you're just sick of beating around the bush, like you said, like, let's just talk. Let's just be open. What is with this hush hush, don't tell the full truth, keep some of it quiet, say some of it, or, like, oh, I'm just over it. I'm just so over it. Like I just
yeah, fair, fair. Like,
it
have
it's
you come
just
to a resolution with that or?
um no, not really. People still
Mm,
do it. It's just like poor communication, really poor communication. And then
mm,
you don't know the full story and then yeah. So, but
yeah,
it's
well,
a group thing though. It's not just like one person. It's a group thing at the moment that's just like triggering. It's annoying.
mm, yeah,
I just think, yeah, if it's important, just say it. And if it truly is pissing you off, just say it. I feel like
yeah,
you're gonna have such a better time if everyone knows where they all stand.
yeah, which is just
And you
super
don't
mature.
feel like you're being watched over or critiqued or just say it. Just say what you're thinking.
Mm, yeah, that's that's good. That's good.
That's freaking good.
That's freaking good. That's good shit right there. So the next thing I wanted to touch on this topic, are you okay if we continue
Skedaddle
on?
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, is this whole idea of, energy flows where your attention goes,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, gosh, there's so much that I can talk about this, but like energy flows where your attention goes means that whatever you are focusing on, whether it's something you want to happen or something you don't want to happen, you're
Those gloves.
giving the gloves. It's winter, I have poor circulation, we got
Oh,
gloves on. I got gloves, I got socks, I got Ugg boots. We're in the thick of winter. That's
just the way she was talking.
watch it on YouTube. That's
I'm
so funny.
sorry.
That's okay. So, yeah, like whether you focus on like what you want or what you don't want, the energy is going to flow wherever your attention is going, wherever you're focusing your thoughts and attention on, right? So, this is why it's really important to focus on what you do want to happen or the outcomes that are most ideal for you, because then it's more likely to happen. Whereas when, like, this universal law is, it doesn't differentiate based on, like, it doesn't discriminate. So if you
Hmm.
are focusing on what you don't want to happen, you're giving energy to that, which means that it's more likely to happen,
Yeah.
right? But our brains are negatively skewed. And so we are naturally drawn to focus on the negatives or the things that we don't want to happen. But when we do that and when we focus on what we don't want, we're giving that more energy, we're giving it more attention, and therefore a higher chance of it actually happening,
Yeah.
right? So, say for instance, you're like, um, I really don't want to get in a fight with my partner, or I really don't want to argue with my partner. Like, I'm just so tired. I just want to have like an easy night. I don't want to fight. And then you go home, but your brain doesn't process the I don't want. All your
Yeah.
brain hears is, I want to have an argument with my partner. So then your brain's like, all right, well, let's think about something that's going to cause an argument.
Mm.
We've got energy there, so like it's going to then manifest. So we're focused. So then the brain's like, all right, well, yeah, actually remember how he didn't he didn't clean up his skitties after he did a shit.
Oh,
I
didn't
don't know
sp
why.
you didn't spray afterwards. Like,
He didn't spray. I don't even know why that was the example that came to mind, but anyway, we're running with it. He didn't do it after, I got so upset with him last time. I thought, oh, that's right, he did it again this morning. And then you get home
mm,
and that's all you can think about. But then you're like, oh, I don't want to have an argument, but you can't help the fact that it's all your brain is focusing on. You bring it up, you have an argument. So that's where
mm,
the energy goes, where your attention flows. So a hack for this is, rather than focusing on how you don't want to have the argument, think about what is the opposite of that. What do I want to happen? So the
reframe it.
opposite, yeah, the opposite of an argument is having a peaceful
Sex.
night. Having vigorous sex.
Sex. Gentle sex.
Gentle. Okay, yes. Okay, all right, let's go with it. So you're like, okay, well, I know I don't want to argue, but Olivia and Tash said on that podcast to focus on what I do want. And so instead, what I want is to have sex. So then just think to
Correct.
yourself, I want to have sex. I'm excited to have sex. Sex, sex, sex.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
And then you're more likely to get home and have sex instead of an argument.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win, but also honor your boundaries. And
Yeah.
if
If your
if you
boundary is sex.
if you have a strong
Reframe.
boundary that you've asked your partner to spray after doing a shit, and they continuously, um, what's the word when someone crosses a boundary? Violate. If they continuously violate your
Violate.
boundary and do stinky poos and don't spray, then communicate the boundary of what are you going to do the next time that they don't spray after
Yes.
doing a shit.
And it's probably not sex.
We don't reward bad behavior.
No, 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 no. Far
So
from it.
funny. So yeah, tip is to always focus on what you do want rather than what you don't want, even though it feels comfortable and like familiar. The next one is that what you believe, so what you believe in your mind. I'm so like hyper aware of not putting my gloves in the video screen now because I don't want to make Tash laugh because of the gloves.
It's just so obvious because they're black. They're black.
I'll take them off so it's less distracting.
It's so funny.
Oh my gosh, maybe I'll get like, oh no, I think any color would just, any
Bright
gloves.
orange.
I was gonna say yellow, I'll get yellow ones. Um, so what you believe, and a belief is a thought that has been repeated over time. So whatever you believe in your
Yep.
mind, meaning whatever you tell yourself on a regular basis, whatever you choose to believe about the world around you and within your own mind, is what you will see, right? Because you're telling your brain what to look for. And then, so whatever you believe is what you will see, is what will be. And you will think that you're just making observations about the world and the truth. Like,
Hmm.
my boyfriend never listens to me, and my mum doesn't respect me,
Hmm.
and the world is an awful place, right? If you've got these beliefs in your mind, you're actively programming your brain on what to look out for in the world to then validate that belief.
Yeah.
Because all our brains care about is being right. Our brains don't care about whether it, makes us feel like shit or not, because it doesn't that's not what it's programmed for. It's programmed to validate our beliefs, to make us feel like that we're right.
Can you give us an example of something that you've noticed that you've had to reframe
Within
in
my own
yourself?
life.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I upgrade my beliefs
Come
all
on,
the
Coach
time.
Livy.
I upgrade my beliefs all the time. Okay, so for example, the workshop, right? When I become aware of my beliefs about whether I think it's possible or not, immediately what
Yeah.
comes to mind is no one is interested in manifestation,
Yeah.
right? Because that's my self-limiting, doubtful belief.
Yeah.
But it's actually just my brain trying to keep me safe. Right? Because my brain's like, oh no, don't go do that uncomfortable thing. Don't go put yourself out there again. Because
Mm.
what if you actually do fail this time? Like, let's just not believe it's possible so you don't go ahead and do it. Right? My brain's just trying to keep me safe. And I know this. So, my immediate thought is, or belief is, no one cares about manifestation. And then if I continue to believe that in my mind, my brain will then look for reasons to prove that belief true. Like
Mm.
maybe no one will buy workshop tickets. I'll be like, I'm like, oh, see, no one's buying tickets. That's why no
Mm.
one cares about manifestation. Um, I tried to talk about manifestation with my friends and no one cared about the topic. See, that's why no one cares about manifestation, right? That could be true. It could not be true, right?
Mm.
There could be so many reasons why people haven't bought a ticket. There could be so many reasons why my friends aren't interested about talking about manifestation on that
Yeah.
day. Whatever is true will only be true for the individual based on what they believe, right? So this is why your beliefs are so true, so important because what is true in life?
Yeah.
Nothing.
It could
Nothing
be
is true.
it could be that they've got something on, or that timing just doesn't work for them, or they're
Exactly.
like, or they literally don't feel like doing manifestation.
Yeah, which is okay. Like, but nothing has
Yeah.
meaning but the meaning you give it, right? And then
Yeah.
so if I've got that belief and then that's what my brain is looking out in the world to prove right to me, then that's what will be. That will be my reality.
Mm.
Whereas if I reframe the belief or what I call upgrade the belief to there are many people very interested in manifestation. And then I put that belief in my brain and I practice thinking that thought so it can become my new belief. My brain
Yeah.
will then look for reasons in the world to prove that belief true, which is the part of your brain that does this is called your reticular activating system. You can Google it. So if I have the belief of there are many people interested in manifestation, right? Then maybe, oh, one person bought a ticket, but then my brain goes, see, people are interested in manifestation. Maybe that I then start seeing on my phone all these questions and things about manifestation, and I'm like,
Mm.
oh, whoa, look, the world is interested in manifestation, but like, it's probably only on my algorithm because I've programmed my algorithm on what to give me based on what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to know what thoughts are in your brain, just look at the content that's coming up on your Instagram scroll.
Yeah. How often would you say that you tell yourself that people want to, like, are interested in manifestation? Is it in the mornings? Is it just when it comes to your mind?
No, so we have got to inject these thoughts on purpose on purpose and in a way that makes me think about it because otherwise it's not just going to pop up naturally. I've got to inject it on purpose on a regular basis. So I
Yeah.
have, and I'll be showing everyone how to do this in the
In the
manifestation
faith
workshop.
workshop.
The
It's faith.
faith.
Olivia, oh my God.
This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Um, but you know what? I'm gonna share. It's literally an Instagram video on my
Yeah.
It's on my Instagram, so we can leave the link in the description. Um, but yeah, I add my those upgraded beliefs into my daily reminders on my phone and I set them to repeat every weekday. So it's literally like a
Yeah.
notification that pops up and I've got to read it and say that it's completed before it will go away.
Yeah.
And so that's how
Okay.
I that's how you create new beliefs for yourself. And I recommend doing it on a weekday basis and setting
Every day.
yeah, and you just get it repeating and you read it every day until you either achieve what you manifest or you achieve your goal or you look at the reminder and you're like, yeah, I know. Like I know that this is true. Like I believe it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why it's so important like what you believe. Like it's so important to choose your beliefs rather than just letting them be automatic based on your life experiences and what you've been exposed to. We even adopt different beliefs from our parents and from the people around us. Like, you want to
Yeah.
be making sure that you're intentionally choosing every belief that you have so you can have the life that you want to live.
Yeah, definitely. Like even as you grow up, your family and parents influence a lot of the way you are, even like the things that you listen to or the sports that you would have done or anything like that. Like your parents had control over that until you were probably 17 when you finally were like, wow, I'm a freaking adult.
Oh gosh, well, that happened a lot earlier for you than me. I was like 21. It was when I started coaching, honestly, that I realized, oh, I get to
Yeah,
believe
well,
what
I
I
mean,
want.
I moved out of home and when I was like, well, I moved to Wagga when I was 18.
Mm,
So,
yeah, everyone's saying like having like moving out of home, having your own space is like changes you in a really great way.
yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm great.
No, you are. Excuse me. You are,
I wanted a
but
compliment.
just out here fishing.
I fished for that.
No, people like I don't know, maybe I'm not saying it like
No, I know what you mean. Like,
people are
there's something
saying everywhere.
about having your own space. Like,
Yeah.
and like you have felt that and you experienced that when you had your own space when you were living in the city for that month or whatever long it was. There's just something about coming home and everything is yours, everything's your space, you have control over it. Not
Mm,
that like you're trying to be controlling, but like you're not cleaning up after someone else, like unless it's your partner,
mm.
but you love them. So you
You've
spray their
chosen
toilet.
that.
You spray the toilet after them because they stink. But like I couldn't imagine sharing my space again. Like it's just yeah. It's just me. This is my space. All right. I have control over what lives in my house. No one else can tell me what to do or how I want to look after my house.
That's what I meant. Like, because
Yeah.
obviously, like, not obviously, but like Lockie and I are like very close to buying an
Yeah.
apartment and living together and like moving out for the first time for my in my life.
Yeah.
And like, so that's on my feed a lot. And a lot of my friends are saying, like, oh, it's just like exactly what you just said about having your own space. Like, I can't wait because I haven't really experienced it before. Like, I was living with my cousin when I was like 19 for a couple months.
Yeah.
But I was still home. Honestly, I feel like since I've been 17, I've been living out of like a backpack. Because I have like I've gone between like my house and like several boyfriends' houses now. Gone between here and
Oh.
several. I know I've had three boyfriends in that time. Three boyfriends in like almost 10 years. Who is she?
She's a bad girl. Who is she?
She was an anxiously attached girl who didn't know how to be alone,
Yeah. That is
and
very
then
true.
was happy being alone and met the love of her life. So, you know, God's plan.
Class for live.
Um, but yeah, like I haven't. like, and when if anyone has had like they still live at home and then their partner still lives at home, like you go back and forth, like you live out of a bag. Like
Mm,
it's you're constantly
yeah.
packing and unpacking your little bag. So it'd be so nice to live somewhere and have my space
Yeah.
and be with my man and not have to worry about moving
It's so exciting.
a whole ton of stuff every single time you want to see them.
Mm.
But yes, yes. So the last thing or maybe there's two things that I wanted to talk about. What I want to talk about
Wow.
that's exciting
I'm
is a
excited.
couple of the manifestation examples of,
Yes.
aligning your thoughts and energy and knowing, like, choosing what you believe so that way you can have the reality that you want and following the manifestation process and like what is actually possible for you when you do this. And like you've even done this in
Yeah.
your life, Tash, like when you were looking at the rental that you wanted with all of the features that you wanted it to have,
Yeah.
like, you know, believing that that was possible for yourself and getting really crystal clear on exactly what you wanted, even when it came to like buying your house.
Yeah.
And then you pretty much got all those things with like you got all
Yeah.
the features that you wanted.
Yeah. We ended up having a really beautiful rental that we wish we could purchase to this day. We really loved it. It's
Oh,
worth a lot of money now. It's like $1 million.
wow.
Um, and yeah, a house. I think our biggest thing with our house was we didn't want to go above 500,000.
Mm,
So like finding
wow.
something that was below 500,000 that fit what we wanted. Um, yeah,
That's mad. Your place was under 500.
we paid 480.
Far out. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
She's 100 years old though.
100-year-old Perla.
She's a bit older than 100. She's like 102 or something. Or five. Actually, I think
Whoa.
she was 1920s. But she
Wow.
requires a lot of work, and we probably have put in $100,000 into her
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we got exactly what we wanted. We wanted to be, well, our max was 550.
Hmm.
But we were ideally looking for under 500 because we just the bank offered 1 million. We didn't want to spend 1 million. Like that
Yeah.
was far from what we wanted to spend. And
So smart.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we're
so
very
smart
lucky
of
up
you.
here um to be able to purchase a house under 500,000. I know that a lot of my friends, including yourself in Sydney, do not have the luxury of purchasing a quality home under 500,000.
That's unheard of. But that's incredible. And that was meant to be, right? And just by you getting crystal clear and following the manifestation process for yourself, you were able to get exactly what you wanted, which is
Yeah.
perfect. Like it may not be perfect in like what or other people might want or seem as perfect, but it was perfect for you. It was aligned for you and Brad,
Yeah.
which is all that matters, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's you have a perfect example. I have an example where I manifested $9,000 last year, which was just insane. And like you can even go to my Instagram. I'm pretty sure it's maybe I did like a reel or it's definitely in the Man 2.0 workshop highlight reel where I was crying on my stories because I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work and everything feels like it's not working, right? So I'm like looking at past me and I'm going, you don't need to do that. Let's do it this
Yeah.
way. That's what I'm teaching at this year's manifestation workshop. But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not gonna work. And then I ended up manifesting an extra $1,000 than what I was manifesting in my
Yeah.
worksheet. Like I just wanted eight, and then like God gave me nine. You know, crazy things
Yeah.
can happen, and anything is possible as long as you believe it's possible. Another thing, what like I think I manifested Lockie. I manifested Lockie without even trying. Like sometimes manifestation just comes from getting crystal clear about what you want,
Yeah.
and then you
Just
don't even have to
knowing.
try.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just
Yeah.
believing. I think it's belief is like the biggest part of it.
Faith.
Faith, belief, and being detached, right? I was all of those things, and he just popped right into my world, and I was like, oh,
Isn't he
okay.
such a lucky little man?
He's like, oh, this girl, she's just like, she manifested me, and like, it's just the greatest.
Maybe he manifested you.
I think we both manifested each other because before we met each other, um he like for the couple of years before that he'd been single and like going on like hinge dates, and like
Mm,
he really wanted a girlfriend. Like he's such a big lover, and he just wanted to have like a girlfriend. He wanted to have a companion, and so he actively was searching for love, and just wasn't having any luck. Like like a lot of people do struggle with online dating apps and stuff like that.
yeah.
And he actually then decided to detach, right? He was like, well, I'm not going to actively try anymore. I'm going to focus on myself, build myself up, focus on me and my happiness. And like whenever it happens, it happens. And
Yeah.
he'd been doing that for a couple months, and then he met me.
Yeah. That's sweet.
So that's it's just the same process, just repeated in a different scenario. I had someone come to my workshop who she came to my workshop because she'd had multiple miscarriages and she
Oh,
wanted to manifest a baby.
yeah.
But by coming to my workshop, she realized that she was in the wrong job. She realized that her job was draining her. She was really stressed and like not happy. And so, like, right, she's in that place of like, I need this baby to make everything better. But,
Yeah.
the higher being that she believes in was like, well, I'm not going to give you a baby when you're in this situation where it's not going to be beneficial for you,
Yeah.
right? Like, God will never give us anything that we can't handle. And so then after the workshop, she quit her job and then she
Oh,
fell pregnant.
how
And like she
exciting.
has a little baby girl now.
My heart.
Yeah, like she calls her like little miracle baby, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what the heck? Like, it's so
Is her name
beautiful.
Liv?
Nah, I can't remember what her
Liv.
name is. Her name's Miracle Baby. And I just had a client of mine. She came to the vision board workshop in February,
Yes.
and like so much of her vision board was about like getting married, manifesting like her husband, because she was single at the time. He she was very
Single.
specific, very clear on like the type of man she wanted, the characteristics and qualities and values that she wanted him to have. Like she's very Christian, so she wanted him to be a man of God, and like she's very specific. She had all these pictures of him, and then I ran a master class, and she put her hand up to be volunteered because she's like, I want this so bad. Like I will do anything. Like just coach me on how to do it. And so like she was the
Yeah.
volunteer in front of everyone, and she literally just got engaged.
Oh my, what the heck? She
She's
was single in
engaged.
February.
She was single in February and now she's engaged.
Mental, actually.
Yeah, I'm so happy for her. Like I'm literally over the moon. Like this man, this perfect man for her, just come out of nowhere, and he's everything that she wanted and that she said she wanted. I'm in her vision board and in the manifestation and in the goal setting, and like now she's engaged. Like
Yeah.
I saw the ring. I'm just like,
That's so
okay.
crazy.
But do you know what?
Is she getting, wait, is she gonna get married before the end of the year?
I don't know. I'm texted her. I'm waiting for her to reply. Um, but do you know what is another thing that is just consistent about this? And oh no, I've got one more thing to talk about. What's consistent about all of these examples is the belief aspect. She came to the vision board workshop and she messaged me and said, I believe in this stuff so much. Like I believe that this is going to help me, and I'm going to manifest the love of my life.
Yeah.
And I was like, with that belief, it's already done. right?
Yeah.
And it was, and it has been, and she's engaged.
It's crazy.
Crazy. But is it crazy?
No.
No. And the final thing is something that you know and you're aware of, which is that your thoughts create your reality. So if you want to have a new reality, if you want to have a new result in your life, you've
Mm,
got to change your thoughts because your thoughts that you think in your mind create your feelings in your body, and then your feelings in your body drive your action, and then whatever action or inaction you take will create your results.
yeah.
So everything in your life literally begins and ends with a thought. So taking responsibility of your thoughts and then choosing which thoughts you're going to think on purpose so it can have the carry-on effect of giving you the results and the reality that you desire is literally the secret to the universe. I believe.
The freaking secret.
It's the fucking secret. You don't even have to read The Secret, the book. You can just ask about the model because that's called the model and it's the
The
best thing ever.
bottle.
The model.
It sounds like you said bottle.
It's the bottle.
The bottle.
I'm a genie in a bottle.
Yes, girl.
But yeah, I've got like a ton of resources on the model and how your thoughts create your feelings and ultimately your reality. So if you want access to any of those, just let me know, send me a message, or send us a message, and
Mm.
I will just send you the link to the video training because it's just the greatest thing. It's the greatest gift that you can give yourself is understanding the power of your own mind.
Yeah. We can really unlock a lot of things, open a lot of doors.
Yeah.
We're capable of so much. I generally do forget how smart we can be,
Hmm.
what we're quite capable of. Our brain is very intelligent. Very,
Very.
very good at putting us into this uh autopilot too.
Hmm. Yeah.
Very good at
Yeah.
putting into your autopilot and just doing life without thinking about it.
Yeah.
Just
We have a
yeah,
supercomputer.
yeah. We
We have
utilize.
the most powerful tool in the whole world, and it's right in your noggin.
Mm, yeah. Very creative, very smart.
Mm. Well, was there anything, any points or things that you wanted to touch on before we wrap up?
Um, I don't think so. I think we spoke a lot. Feel like I couldn't add much value right now.
You can always add value. You are valuable just being yourself.
I'm just here for the good times.
As you can tell, I'm very, very passionate about this topic.
Yeah, we've carried the team here.
Nah, nah, it wouldn't have been as valuable a conversation without you being here, my love.
Thanks, darling.
All good. Well, thanks for listening. Let us know any questions that you have about faith or
Yeah.
manifestation or any of the things that we touched on today. If you are interested in coming to the faith workshop, it is on the 5th of July again from 1 till 3 p.m. And we will add the ticket link in the description, or you can always check it out in my bio if you'd like to come.
Yeah. Yeah. We appreciate you listening, and if you want anything specific for our next episode around time management as well, just message one of us or message the Instagram page or something that gets
Yeah.
looked at reasonably regularly.
I check it every day, promise.
So yeah, we appreciate you all. And
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks for being here, and be sure to send in if you want to ask an anonymous question, you can do it through the Typeform link in our bio, or you can send us through a message or reply to our stories when we put them up for some survey questions.
Yes.
But I look
Well,
forward
thank you.
to seeing and well, not seeing or hearing any of you, but for you to hear and see us in the next one.
Yeah.
All right. See you
All
later.
right. We
Bye.
love you.
Love
Goodbye.
you. Love you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Love you. Bye.
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 Love you.
Bye.
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 Love
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Oh,
Bye,
goodbye,
YouTube.
YouTube.